Hi, I'm meteorologist Rich Marriott. And we had a pretty good round of rain yesterday, kind of wetted things down. But overnight last night, we saw the showers wrap up, and we've been clearing this morning. Though we've seen a bit of fog form out there. You see on the Doppler radar, we still have showers out towards the Olympic Peninsula, but pretty much dry up and down that I-5 corridor at mid-morning on Tuesday. But you can see another band of rain out there. There's another front headed our way. It's going to spread rain back into Puget Sound by about 4 to 5 o'clock this afternoon. It'll be moving up from the south and move up and cover the entire Sound by the time we get towards the end of the evening commute. So it looks like that's going to turn kind of wet later today. Keep that in mind. Looking out this morning, though, things look pretty nice once we've got that clearing underway. Bellingham seeing some blue sky there. A little motion in the camera there. We did have some gusty winds up there to the north of Everett this morning. And it is going to get kind of blustery here for the next couple of days up and down the Sound as we have a low that's going to be parked close to us. Checking the Granite Falls camera, you can see a little bit of clearing even going on there towards the Cascade foothills. And in Everett, we did have quite a bit of sunshine earlier, and then a bank of fog moved through. That's cleared out already, and hopefully they'll get a few more glimpses of sun before the clouds cover it all up. And they're in Tacoma, lots of sunshine right now, and pretty view looking out there towards Mount Rainier. They did see quite a bit of fog earlier today, but that's already been burned off by the sun, so they're in pretty good shape. Cloudy out towards Westport there along the coast. The clouds from that approaching system probably already starting to move in there, so they're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine out along the coastal beaches. Our first alert 7-day forecast, you can see we turn wet, and it looks pretty wet off and on Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to be off and on showers, but some pretty good shower bands moving through, and it's going to be breezy up and down the Sound. And with all the leaves still on the trees and the new summer growth, this is kind of the first wind they've seen, so we could see some branches, maybe even a few isolated trees come down. Might see a couple of spotty power outages. We're not looking for widespread outages, but especially up in some of the northern counties, there might be a few spots that the limb falls in the wrong place and takes out a power line. So keep that in mind in the next couple of days. But that wraps up by the end of the week, and as we head into the division playoffs over the Sunday and Saturday and Sunday, plus Seahawks game, plus a Sounders game over the weekend. Very busy outdoor sports over the weekend. It looks like it turns partly sunny, so pretty good timing there. In fact, we look for some sun as we head into next week. This is the cause of it all. This is the front that's pushing in today, looking pretty substantial, and it's going to give us quite a bit more rain than what we saw out of the system that moved through last night. And that is great news for the Bear Gulch fire in western Washington and the couple of fires that are over there in eastern Washington. This has cooled them down and maybe start putting them out a bit, which would be helpful, and also cut down on the smoke because we're going to have these gusty winds with them as well. Behind that, we do have this low kind of circulating out here. Those are rotating out of. That's going to drift towards us over the next couple of days and then finally move through here later on Thursday. But it's going to continue to rotate in these shower bands, keeping us wet off and on for Wednesday and Thursday. It does look like we'll see maybe a chance of a few isolated thunderstorms in there as well. And those gusty winds will be continuing as those bands move through the area. But beyond that, high pressure starts to build in by the time we hit later Thursday into Friday, and that should be what dries us out as we head over the weekend and on into next week. If we check the computer model, you can see in terms of that rain moving in this afternoon, by about 4 to 5 o'clock, it starts to push its way into the South Sound. It's coming up from the south, so the rain will start first down in the South Sound and then spread a little bit later up to the North Sound. So at least the North Sound, you'll be able to see it coming. That moves on through, and we get the front through by early tomorrow morning, and then you see just these bands of showers kind of move on through, keeping us wet. Occasional sun breaks mixed in there as well, but overall getting into a pretty wet pattern. If we take a look at the air quality, still some air quality problems over there, primarily in Chelan and Douglas counties, but there is good news. They expect it to expire later on today, and the air quality is going to be really improving. If we put the smoke model into motion, you can see we pretty much blow the smoke out of there, and the fire is cool, so they're going to be producing less smoke, it looks like. So we'll be looking at good air quality on our side of the Cascades all the way through, but east of the Cascades still a little marginal today, but by the time we head into tomorrow, we're going to be looking for them to be into the moderate range and maybe even better than that if those fires really cool down. So for today, here on the west side of the Cascades, increasing rain spreading up from the south after about 3 to 4 to 5 o'clock this afternoon. That'll be up and down the Sound by the end of the commute. Highs fairly mild in the 60s to near 70 degrees. Off and on showers and sun breaks. Also breezy at times, kind of blustery both Wednesday and Thursday, but just a couple showers left for Friday. Partly sunny over the weekend and mid 60s. Then we start off next week with sunshine and highs in the mid to upper 60s.